Hey everyone, it's Dinah, and we are here to check out the second official trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So, yeah, I think we got I think our last when was our last trailer? Was it at Christmas? For some reason, I remember the last trailer we got being at Christmas. I feel like it might have been at Christmas, or I think maybe maybe a birthday present for me, because I think I do remember reacting to it around or just after my birthday, even though I think it came out on the same time, on the 14th or something. So I don't think I did distinctly remember it being back in December and everything. So possibly, so I think probably back in December. So I think now with this one, yeah, I think don't have to date. I think I can't remember if the release date's been pushed back or something. I think that's what it did. But either way, yeah, we have a new official kind of trailer for this one. So this is for part one. This is part one because I think this is meant to be like a two-parter. So yeah, I think the last one we got, we got a lot. We saw a lot with the last one. We had we had a look at like the kind of Spider-Verse kind of nexus, like all these kind of intertwined platforms and everything where Spider people were walking. We had the PS4 Spider-Man, we had Spider-Man like just from all different kind of corners of the Spider-Verse and everything, and 1 minute later they were all hunting down Miles and attacking him for some reason. So there was that, and there was Spider-Man 2099 as well, who was actually kind of wading in and out to do the multiverse and causing chaos and everything, and apparently not being very heroic according to Miles and Gwen's kind of standards and everything. And then yeah, and then we had a piece with Miles and his mother too, like his mother kind of promising him to stay safe and to keep safe and to keep his family close and to, you know, to fight hard to be loved and to be cherished and all that kind of stuff. So like a hint at him and his mother's kind of potential kind of relationship exploration coming up in this, contrasting his and his father's relationship in the first movie. So it showed us a lot of good stuff. So I'm very curious to see what this one will give us and how much more expansive it will be. So yeah, the second official trailer for Across the Spider-Verse. Let's go. Oh, if they bring that song back in this one.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man. And things are going great.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to be here at 5.
All right, whatever.
Whatever?
Wow.
Whatever?
Oh
So
gosh.
are you guys a cow or a Dalmatian?
I am the Spot.
The Spot.
It's not funny.
He's the
Don't
Spot.
do that.
So he opens like dimensional portals in his body.
Good. A in AP Physics
That's my little man.
and a B in Spanish.
Miles. Are you trying? Mira, eso es imposible.
Oh yeah. yeah.
He's lying to you. And
Uh,
I think you know it.
Yeah. God.
Want to get out of here?
Oh, Gwen? So wait a minute. There's an elite crew with all the best spider people in it?
Spider-Woman.
Who's the new guy?
This is unbelievable.
This is the lobby.
Gosh.
Miguel O'Hara.
The whole thing was his idea.
Miguel
What's
O'Hara.
a guy got to do to join this spider team?
You can never be part of this.
Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and the little nerd back on Earth 1999-99.
Doctor Strange.
Go easy on the kid. He had a terrible teacher.
Doctor Strange in Earth 1999. Is that the MCU one?
I'll take it from here.
Is that the MCU Spider-Verse he's mentioning?
Miles, being
Like Tom
Spider-Man
Holland's
is
Peter?
Sacrifice. You have a choice between saving one person and saving every world.
Send me home.
I can't do that.
I can do both. Spider-Man always.
Not always.
What about Uncle Ben?
If not for Uncle Ben, most of us wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Can't stop me now!
Oh
Can't run
gosh.
forever, kid.
I can't lose one more friend.
Miguel, this isn't what we talked about.
You knew?
I have no idea what you're doing.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Station, stop Spider-Man.
Ah, they are. Oh, just a meme with all of them. Oh, they just put two with all of them. Oh,
And then I looked at my uncle and
Let me guess. He died.
a spider therapist. A Spider-Man who's a therapist. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. Wow, that looks intense for one thing. That looks very intense. Damn. Okay, so Miguel O'Hara is the 2099 Spider-Man, so that's cool. Yeah, I think he seems to be serving to be the main kind of antagonist, if anything, of this, and then the other ones who are people who have kind of fallen in line with his message and with his kind of ideology and everything. So there was that slight mention of Doctor Strange and Spider-Man from Earth 19999999 and stuff like them ago. So to my knowledge, I think Earth 199999 etc. is the actual is the universe in the Marvel Comics kind of multiverse, which actually where the movies take place. But I don't know if that's just at this point. I don't know if that's solely the MCU or if that would include all the previous kind of Sony and Fox iterations of the characters too. But then he did say Doctor Strange and the Spider-Man from Earth 1999. So that makes me think of like Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the MCU and everything from like No Way Home. I think No Way Home was the movie in the MCU to actually kind of really crack open the multiverse and extend it and like actually touch upon that before Multiverse of Madness actually really kind of swan dove into it and did everything. So yeah, I think having that name drop alone is like a really cool thing to have, and I think especially now with like Sony and Marvel having the partnership they do have, it would be kind of cool to actually have that kind of that reference take place. But then I think people have been wondering like if that means that like Tom Holland or if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Andrew and Tobey, well, I think were the first kind of theories of like of live action Spider-Man who could actually kind of show up in animated format. But then now with the Doctor Strange and Spider-Man mention happening, like I'm wondering if like maybe No Way Home featured that scene where like the cracks of the multiverse were opening, and then like you saw like silhouettes of other characters in there. I think people kind of saw like Rhino and Scorpion and even other Spider-Men throughout the universe actually daring to come through, and then Strange said it was everyone who knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man that was coming through from the multiverse. And I wonder then maybe if like this one might incorporate a scene where it's like where they show the cracks opening, but then they show it from their side. So then from their side they see into an animated universe, or maybe even like a live action universe where Spider-Man and Doctor Strange are actually on the Statue of Liberty and actually trying to stop the cracks from opening any further. So maybe if we might see it from the other side, maybe, and then or maybe if that's already happened and that's how Miguel knows about Doctor Strange and Spider-Man from that Earth and everything. So but now the cracks have closed up and now we have this. So yeah, so maybe on the other side of those cracks we actually had the Nexus and other universes where heroes and villains alike existed. So I don't know, it's going to be a really cool kind of thing to see. So it kind of did fly past my head a little bit, but I think overall, I think the message kind of explored in this was about like how I think maybe Miles wants to be able to save everyone. Like he actually wants to be like the hero who can save everyone. He wants to be able to fight that hard and to win every time. But then the truth behind the Spider-Verse story is that you can't save everyone, and sometimes not being able to save someone or not being able to save everyone is actually what makes you Spider-Man. Because even that line from Miguel O'Hara being like without Uncle Ben, some of us wouldn't the Spider-Verse wouldn't exist, or some of us wouldn't even be here because then Uncle Ben. I think that's even more depressing to think about. Like even no matter what universe you're in, or at least in like the majority of universes, Uncle Ben dying is actually the catalyst for Spider-Man coming to exist. Because then that's the tragic kind of truth and the tragic kind of Kickstarter for all of their for all of their stories and for all of their arcs and everything. So it's a really depressing thing to think about. But then I think maybe for them becoming Spider-Man, but I think though with Gwen we know that Peter became the Lizard, and then I think Peter became the Lizard, but then she became Spider-Gwen, or maybe even Spider-Woman in her universe. But then Peter dying as the Lizard was not what made her Spider-Woman or Spider-Gwen, but that was still like a really kind of tragic kind of turning point in her life, and maybe one that kind of pushed her to seek kind of external sources to help, and maybe actually kind of pushed her to actually eventually find the Spider-Verse and join up with them and everything. But then we have all sorts of other characters coming in and having their stories be shared and everything. So Miguel is being kind of showcased as the primary kind of antagonist here, but if there's if there actually is like an actual larger threat to face that Miles has to face, and maybe maybe based on experience and history with the other Spider people, kind of Miguel knows that it's a tragedy that not everyone in Miles' life will walk away from, or maybe he actually can't save everyone from that tragedy, but then Miles is still insistent and kind of really kind of focused on trying, but then he doesn't understand that again you can't save everyone. So I don't know, it just seems like a very, very emotionally complex story that not everyone's going to be ready for. So, and especially with them bringing his parents and his mother back as well. I think his mother actually seemingly having more of a role to play in this one compared to the last one too. I'm really kind of worried on that front too. I do not want to have to see him lose, because he lost his uncle in the last one. I think Uncle what was his name? Uncle he was the Prowler. Uncle Aaron, Uncle Aaron, Uncle Aaron. He died, but he died as a that one was kind of like a similar kind of story to Peter and Gwen, like Peter became the Lizard, but then Uncle Aaron became the Prowler, and then he died. But then he died after he realized that Miles was actually Spider-Man. He refused to kill him, so then Kingpin shot him and everything. So that was the first kind of tragedy in Miles' life that he wished he could have saved, or he wished he could have prevented, and then that pushed him to actually finally be the Spider-Man he knew he was. But then if he has to face another one, then that's really going to be kind of pushing the wound in even deeper. So interesting and very colourful and very, very kind of expansive with the Spider-Verse and all the characters, like all the different Spider-Men we had. Like we had like a Spider-Man therapist at one point, and they did the Spider-Man pointing meme, but with all of them on like all these different platforms actually pointing at each other and everything. So that one was really cool. And then I think we had in the last one we actually did have like Peter B actually carrying the baby harness with snacks, but in this one like a baby actually jumped out. So I think that might be May Parker. I think the daughter he had with MJ back in his own universe. So he's actually got May Parker and stuff now. So the Spider Therapist one is just like it's like, I think it's one that hasn't really been touched on before, but it seems so obvious, because I don't think there's any kind of Spider-Man story that doesn't leave you thinking like, damn, Spider, like if it's Spider-Man, if it's Spider-Woman, if it's Spider something else, you know, they could all use therapists, like with all the shit they go through in life, you know, whether it's Spider related or not. They could all use a therapist. Actually having like a Spider-Man who's actually dedicated to being a therapist makes so much sense. It makes so much sense, and is so considerate and so valuable and everything. But even that scene, me like, you know, and then I looked at my uncle, and then let me guess, he died for the umpteenth time, like all of our fucking uncles do. So, you know, so I guess it's somewhat fair to have, like, I mean, on the one hand, maybe it's fair to have one who's actually experiencing the same thing, so they can actually give the same advice to each Spider-Man. But then it's like, okay, give me something new. Like maybe you have an aunt that died, maybe a dog, or like a car that got blown up, like a Spider-Mobile that got blown up that you know was tragic or something. Just give me something new to deal with. So I don't know, but even I think that scene probably is going to be short-lived, but it will still be sweet to see nonetheless. So yeah, but yeah, that's still really cool. And I think it definitely seems like it's going to explore like a really kind of like a heavier kind of message, and like the kind of mentality that like a Spider person must have in order to be Spider-Man or whatever they choose to be and everything. And I think especially like Miles already having lost something, like not being willing to lose something else, even if it means that that's the cost of being Spider-Man, but then still probably having to live with that kind of cloud of doom hanging over his head and everything is going to be really interesting thing to explore. Because again, I think the story for Into Spider-Verse was just so phenomenal and so well crafted that it just made so much sense, and it worked so well. So I can't wait to see anything, especially with this one being a two-parter. It really kind of allows them to actually really stretch that story across both movies and everything. So I can't wait to see how this one goes down. So it's going to be really fun. So yeah, but that was my official trailer reaction for trailer number 2 for Across the Spider-Verse. So yeah, thank you guys as always so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and comment what you thought of the trailer and what you think is going to be coming up in this movie, and what you're looking forward to and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So until next time, bye bye for now.